You know, I've been looking around.
It's time for a commercial break.
Okay. I'm just going to say, hey, the bar's looking great.
Yeah.
I can see this.
Tonight's episode was brought to you by Amish Beard Wax. We can't thank them enough for what they're doing with the beard over here. Almost a year. And they're our first proud sponsor of Try Before We Die. Now, none of that's true except for the beard wax is good stuff. So if somebody's got a contact or an in somewhere, send them that. You know, they could really do it for us.
However, I will say that what is true, that there is a bunch of new furniture in there and a bunch of new lights, and I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
It's looking more and more like an English pub. What did you say?
It's the local.
All creatures great and small.
All creatures great and small. That's
small.
right.
The Varna, the pub that was in that.
Yep.
No,
it reminds me of that quite a bit.
No, I like it.
Yep.
Looking forward to drinking a few more scotches here and maybe having a shepherd's pie on that table right there. And,
Yeah.
You know?
I'm going to get the order here signed for over here to your shoulder.
It's great. I can't wait till we get more guests back here that can see this. This is actually wonderful.
Well, thanks.
I think it would be nice at some stage to do little blurbs about some of the stuff that's in here. I think a little bit like the Man of Kent over in
Troy,
whatever.
Husick.
Very similar. There's a lot here that you can have stories about that you could tell the viewers once we get a little bit more and walk around and maybe do a couple shoots in different places to see.
We had some cameras on rails. Did you hear that, Amish Beard Wax? There's an opportunity here for you. I won't shave. And I think Mal would go in on the beard action.
If we were gonna get rail cameras and all sorts of stuff, maybe I would just grow a beard.
We could be the Scotch beards.
Yeah, so it's a regular episode, and we all know how this works. Just go for a quick briefing. My friend over here will spin up his random generator number. He will then begin to think about where that bottle could be in here. Then he will proceed to walk around, do some counting just for you, Flash, and then pull a bottle. We'll crack it open, and we'll give you our honest opinion. Yes, he has a hard time counting.
He got it right. We crossed the 50-year-old mark a little while ago, and it's time to start trying the whiskeys in the bar.
That is correct. Because it's try before you die, and we are going to die one day. Hopefully not soon, but we'll see how that works out.
Yep.
And
there's some whiskeys in here I really want to try.
There is some whiskeys there.
And this series actually forces our hand to open the ones that we might hold back on, thinking there's a better occasion in the future. Yep. And sometimes you really just have to look at it and say, there's no time like now.
No, you only live once.
It's true.
So we are living.
We are doing it. So I got it ready.
Go ahead. Might as well spend that number.
Yep. So, of course, we all know the website. They haven't got a hold of us, so I'm not going to say it out loud this time. They don't get the bump if we don't get the check. So here we go. I just had to plug in the total number of bottles. Going to have to do another count here at some point. And we have a whiskey ferry trip coming up, too. All right. Oh, my goodness. I'm like, I thought for a second I didn't hit the thing. So this is going to be, again, more evidence of how truly random this is for us. And we've talked a lot about what we haven't had and what some of those flavors that really haven't shown up yet are. And we're about to, I think, go there, Mal. So it's Let me guess it. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 11. It is going to be in this row. So that puts us between Lefroy's and the Ardbegs.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Which are
this will be the episode I end my career at this place.
These are potent whiskeys in terms of the ocean and the campfire, and the ocean and the campfire, and the ocean and the campfire, and sometimes you can really pick up on the campfire. So it is bottle number 9.
Oh yeah, Ardbeg.
So we are into an Ardbeg, and I saw your count, and I think I got it. This is and so I'm not super familiar with the Ardbegs. I've drank in several of the 10-year-olds. That's their entry level, their base,
yep.
Their regular release, and it's totally doable. And I should say it even more positively. What I'm saying is that I don't feel funny ordering, tasting, or drinking the Ardbeg 10. So we're actually going to get into bottle number 9. And so Ardbeg is Isla. and we talked a little bit about the Balmore, and we had that last time. This is going to probably be a much more enunciated version of the ocean and the campfire, this particular bottle. Now I like this nice silver label.
Oh, Perpetuum.
Perpetuum. So this is a release series that Ardbeg does, and I'm not sure really much more about it, but I can tell you this, that this is the 2013 bottle. So,
I can tell you right now, it's not going to be in this one, right? Because this is 04, 06.
Got some serious small words here. Let's see if I can pull it off. It's almost like I need a light.
And lo and behold, thanks to our massive budget and the fact that his mother-in-law moved and we have furniture, we have the light on the bar now.
Oh my gosh. The past, present, and future in a glass. Classic notes of Ardbeg's yesteryear. The nose is mellow, rich, and enticing. Some big fancy word. Ardbegian flavors mingle with dark chocolate, treacle and nutty oak. Then, like standing on Ardbeg's pier, this morning, water brings forth briny sea spray with a pine resin lime top for a remarkably fresh bouquet on the palate. Robust peat, all in capital letters, everybody. Robust peat. Smoke and savory, smoky bacon combine and meet. Creamy, sweet vanilla milk chocolate with a hint of sherry casks, culminating in a taste of the future, an aftertaste that is never ending. The Perpetuum is a whiskey that is forever Ardbeg. So they feel pretty good about this.
They do, and I'm not going to add much more except for the house style in this book is earthy, very peaty, smoky, salty, robust. A bedtime malt, whatever that's supposed to mean. However, I'm going to say this based on what you've just said. I am extremely interested in this, in the sense that it has taken me way out of my comfort zone. But they are well-known for what they do. So along the lines of another distillery that we will introduce our viewers to, this is one of these ones where you know it's not just been slapped together. They have worked very hard to achieve what they will consider perpetuum.
Agreed. You know, and just to follow up on the idea that Ardbeg is, they're no slouches. There are a number of very high-end Ardbegs available that come with just sort of fully, widely accepted quality behind them. And so,
there was a couple in your book that were not your normal. They were.
Yeah, Ardbeg isn't just entirely focused on the entry level or mid-range market.
No. They expand right into the very exotic.
They do some stuff that is well thought of. And again, not something I'm super familiar with. Now, it's the green bottle, but man, does that come across as clear.
Yep. It almost looks like a gin. If I was to say that's Gordon's gin right there.
Yeah.
Green bottle, clear liquid inside. Yeah. However, being here, I can sort of see that it is not clear.
I'm curious to see what coloration we get. It's going to have to, it feels like it needs to be light. Just because of the transparency.
But I'm going to say, if it's not dark, I'll be shocked.
Okay. I say light. He says he'll be shocked.
Yep. I mean, I just, based on previous islands that have some more bite to them than your what was the one we just had that was actually rather pleasant? It wasn't freaking, it was the one we said that could be.
2013 Ardbeg Perpetuum.
I don't know what it was. But anyhow, this one will step it up a fair bit. But if it's not dark,
I have the Ardbeg.
I know. I wish we
one of the still houses.
I know. I wish we had.
Yeah, up there. They had a release series, the Ardbeg.
We get those multiple cameras,
yeah.
get different shots.
A holiday season or two ago, and you could get a bottle of the 10-year-old in a limited edition tin, which is one of the warehouses where they store their casks. It's the one that's most familiar to the internet and folks who will think of Ardbeg if they've ever seen images. This is what it says right on the side of the building on the coast of the ocean on Islay in Scotland.
All right.
So that is a true recreation. So we would be the ocean looking at that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay, the cork is going to pull. 2013 Perpetuum by Ardbeg. Very complex, they're claiming. I'll just say this, it felt like the bottle expanded. I'm serious.
On this, right? So this was a good talking point right here. So we bring this in. There was a lot going on in that description.
Wait till you smell that.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
There's a lot going on that cork.
Yeah. It does smell tasty, though.
It really came across as for me, just, and Mouse is clearly ODing on it. My cursory just knows. I mean, brought me into very sweet, dark, chocolatey, like a cake that's like a very moist chocolate cake that's got some flavors in it besides just the chocolate. They talked a little bit about the bacon and the brine and the sea, but they talked about vanilla. I mean, it smelled really good on that cork.
Yeah, this is going to be one I make a face.
All right, so we're going to see if it's clear or dark.
I'll be shocked if it isn't dark.
The green really makes it difficult.
The green does make it difficult.
I swear I can see right through it.
Oh, it's not very dark.
It's not very dark.
That's actually rather shocking.
It's a no age statement. The Perpetuum is not marketed with an age. A never-ending, rich and enticing combination of classic Ardbegian notes and incredibly creamy flavors. So classic would be the smoky briny.
Yep.
And we're looking for those other creamy flavors, which is like that chocolate cake, that moist chocolate cake that I felt on the nose. But who knows? We just like to make stuff up around here.
Yeah. But I will say, it is a lot clearer than I thought it would be.
It is light honey, spring honey.
Yep. More like a Speyside.
In its appearance. Yeah.
I would have thought what was coming out of that bottle was going to be this light.
I'm sort of excited.
I'm a little bit worried.
All right, here we go.
You definitely pick up the sweetness, but there is definitely something behind that sweetness that tells you, hey, good luck. Oh.
So nothing like I expected in that classic Ardbeg sense.
Not even close.
Not even close. The smoke just arrives later.
Yep.
Just hangs out.
Yeah. It's still there.
It's right.
When they said, what was it? Perpetual taste?
Yeah, right.
Or ongoing
never
taste,
ending.
never ending?
Right.
You're absolutely correct.
Never ending.
It really is. It's like, that's really weird.
It's like this layer in an atmosphere of it just rose and it just stays.
And it's almost like, just as you think, like, oh, this is not going to be good, in the sense
it's going to be rough.
It's going to be rough, or you're really going to feel that, and you're going to go. It almost just like levels out and takes a completely direct change in a different direction, and then all of a sudden, it's like someone lights a match and just freaking like puts it out really quickly, and all that smoke just rises through. And I'm like, wow, that's actually very pleasant.
That's got a whole, it's got a chocolate cake in there. So we just spent some time what happens halfway through the experience. The beginning of the experience, just in the front of the mouth, was just,
explosion.
For me, just this explosion of sweetness. This chocolate cake.
Like you
There's
could
dark, rich, chocolate, like the bitter kind of chocolates, not the
stuff like the stuff we tried in the episode where we bought the
85% dark chocolate. I mean, this wasn't a Hershey's.
And
cake.
That's really good
cake.
Because when we did that, the drink we had at the time had that sort of, you get that dark, deep chocolate. Yeah. This has it already built in.
Yeah,
and it really is.
I'm having another sip here.
Even if you chase it down fast.
It is this bitter chocolate cake with this match lit and blown out, smoke hanging, not rising to the top.
And almost like a
just hanging out.
Like how am I going to put this? I feel like I had like a really, the like really, really like heavy potent mints that you get. Mm-hmm. So you have that initial starting point of the chocolatey, that richness, that moisture in your chocolate. Then you have this like short break where you sort of trying to develop this sweet taste in your mouth, and then all of a sudden there's like this explosion of menthol. Is the best way I'm going to put this, and then you get this smoke, and it's almost like this. It's the smoke being sweet, dragging the sweetness with it.
And the menthol might be the briny maritime, right? It might be this chocolate cake. Somebody opened the window to the ocean,
and the breeze came through,
and then and it blew the candle out at your table, and the smoke just went up in your.
That is really, I mean, that is really.
It is not what I expected.
Not even close. I would not. I was not prepared for that in any sense of the way. I was gearing myself up.
I know you were. I was too when I saw number 9.
Hey, look, this is going to hurt. It's going to burn. It's probably have some medicinal flavors to it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be so smoky that you're going to go because it's just going to be too much for the back of the throat.
It's going to be that like folks who eat a hot pepper, right? Oh, just give me a hotter one. Just give me a smokier whiskey, right? But this wasn't that.
No, but it definitely has the qualities of...
Right, well, what is it? I think it creates the word Ardbegian. Right? Classic Ardbegian notes. And incredibly creamy flavors. I mean, it
has the creamy flavor.
It really is. But they've worded it backwards because it's the creamy flavors into the classic Ardbegian.
So I'm going to throw ice in here because I know
Ardbegian.
We're going to go and experience something different.
I'm just going to do a splash of water. But I can't imagine.
And I will say off the top of my head, we're starting to throw these out there, stuff that we would be like, oh yeah, I could sit down and have a few of these, and enjoy it. And I will say I'm not a huge Isla fan in the sense that it's just not my cup of tea. However, and this is part of this experience with you, and I will say this out to this is great because not that I have a limited palate for Scotch. But I'm not an expert by any means. Mm-hmm. So to be able to just taste these and not feel guilty about it, in a sense of financially, or in
getting
the sense
that, hey, I was just trying them.
Yeah, we just opened this and now it's going to just sit here and freaking collect dust because. But the fact to be able to just try these, this is a great experience.
It would have been hard, and I have a vague recollection of the cost of the bottle. But again, sometimes I think you're talking about the prohibition on just trying things just due to the access or availability, correct, right? Or just, to get it.
Yeah, I mean, how many bars that we know that would be selling this?
Right. So,
and how many times would you think that we'd go to a bar and say, hey,
I'll try that.
I'll tell you Ardbeg Perpetuum.
Because we know what it's going to cost just for a try of it, and we have no knowledge of it or history of it. Right. So.
All right, so here's some ice.
And I had some water, and I think we can, get the feeling we could be coming up on like 52 minutes.
Really?
I never know.
So here's the thing.
You just added the ice. I did the water.
And I will say, this is something I would drink neat. Mm-hmm. I think what has basically happened here with the ice is collapsed that entire taste packet into a small condensed area. I get a little bit more of the smokiness on the back of my throat now, However, the journey to that point was not as pleasant as it was with...
This is what I think is happening. Because I've had the water, so my bet is this, is that the cold of the ice actually damaged the drink.
Yes.
Okay?
Agreed.
And for me, because we got the temperature change happening, there was a lot of subtle flavors in this whiskey. And for me, with the truly room temperature water, what I had is just if originally it's at 100%, I'm now drinking, somebody turned the volume down by half. I'm drinking a 50% of what the initial experience was. So I think yours are a little damaged because of the temperature, based on what how fragile it is with the water. I lost like half of the pleasant experience.
Yep. No, it's very well put. I mean, as I said, this has now just been condensed into a small little packet. Whereas before we had that expansion of flavors throughout the palate, and then this pleasant drinking.
It was just so. I mean, the Perpetuum, it was just so nice. Straight out of the bottle.
No, that was a good one.
And truly, I think we're in agreement that that's not what we were expecting.
No, not by a long shot. I was, like I said, this entire area back here worries me in one bit.
I feel so good about this whiskey being for dessert. Like if we were out to dinner, and we ordered, say we had some chocolate cheesecake or a piece of chocolate something to go with us, and we were just sharing it at the table, and there was 4 or 5 of us, this would be such a great after dinner drink.
Very much so.
With just a fork or two of some sweet cake.
Yes, and it's interesting you put it that way, because I think there's certain ones that we have tried that I would say, never would work as a dessert drink. However, this right here, you could definitely, without a doubt, 100% argue the fact that, hey, if you were going to have a chocolate tea or something rich, you know,
right,
and finish it off with one of those, sign me up.
All right. Well, I think that's a pleasant 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, no doubt.
For the Ardbeg. The Perpetuum, the 2013, right? 2013 bottle. Yep. Man.
Now I just hope the rest of it's like that. Now
we're gonna have to pay attention to these bottles.
Yeah. Now that you whet my appetite.
Right. And boy, I hope I had it right about it's a series. You know, we'll find out. But, man, the Ardbeg Perpetuum. So in Wales, the country of the Welsh,
where they know how to drink,
where they certainly know how to drink, and, well, we'll just leave it at that. And but I have seen some things in Wales. That in broad daylight.
It's a strange little country.
It is, and their spelling is.
I couldn't even go into it.
I think the Welsh have the longest word.
Yes, they do.
Right.
It's a name of a town.
Right. It's a town or some feature.
Correct.
Right. Yeah.
No, I can't even begin to.
No.
But it's kind of click.
I don't know. I think he got it. That was a nail in it. So in Welsh, one of the ways that they'll go about cheers is they'll say good health to you, and so here we go in Welsh, good health. Iachida.